afternoon, 007. The CIA confirmed that their agent, Dr. Holly Goodhead, is still missing. At last contact, she was investigating the entrepreneur Hugo Drax at his spaceport facility on the equator. They believe Drax may have stolen some of NASA's technology for use in his space tourism program. Your mission is to determine Dr. Goodhead's status and report back so we can coordinate our search efforts with the CIA. Good luck, 007.
Bond, I'm updating your smartphone with everything we have on Drax. Stand by for transmission.
Bond, do you read me? Are you still there?
All right, so a summary, which we can summarize. Moonraker pretty easily, actually. All right, hold on a second. Grab this. Kill that fool. And then that fool. There'll be a lot of stealth segments, but I believe it's actually a little bit more forgiving than I thought. There's quite a few critical segments, but yeah. So summarizing Moonraker is actually kind of easy because it starts off with a Moonraker space shuttle gone missing, and they're like, well, where the fuck is it? It was a fake crashing that had occurred. Hi. So they decide to investigate because they're like, ouch. Why the hell can't we find the remains of it? Something's up. And then Bond goes to meet Drax and investigate, and basically majority of the film is spent with Bond being hunted because Drax wants Bond dead, and yeah. So there you go. Bond first meets Drax at his estate. I hate that they tell you to hold wide open the door. I think that's a really dumb feature for what should be an automatic door. That looks like a thing I should interact with, but I guess I can't. Oh, here, let's show off this. It's technically a rifle, but it shoots single-powered ones, kind of like, I guess, the Duchess SA-900, or the Duchess Saw, as I called it, because reading, which I believe the Duchess Saw was just basically a proper sniper rifle, but yeah, it kind of reminds me of that when I compare it. The single fire action, but this is considered an assault rifle. It's just also kind of funny because when you look at the tablet, they all use the same icon, so at first I was confused. I was like, this is a handgun? It's not a handgun. They explain a lot of key points actually during this mission and kind of bring it up to snuff, but yeah. The important thing is, you know, Bond meets Dr. Goodhead. Dr. Goodhead is undercover, and like she tries to kill Bond for whatever reason. Now that I think about it, kind of makes no sense. And then later, you know, he kind of like ends up wherever she ends up, and then he eventually figures out that she's CIA based on her delightful taste in weaponry. Here's a beautiful loading zone, disguised. He doesn't seem to care that I have a gun at all. And eventually, yeah, see, there she is. And eventually, Drax hires Jaws to come and kill us. And right before this point happens, Bond escapes from Jaws' clutches, but Goodhead does not. Like, he gets hurled out of a moving vehicle, and then she's just kind of left there. So she's technically captured, and then Bond goes to investigate, and then he gets captured. But yeah, that's what this is.
Checking in with the CIA.
Who are you? What do you want?
Bond, from MI6.
How do I know this isn't a trick?
My only assignment was to find out if you were here. Enjoy your stay.
Wait. We thought Drax was stealing secrets about rocket propulsion. But it turns out he was after the bio-experiments we ran on the space shuttle. I think he's trying to develop some kind of nerve agent, but I don't know why.
Maybe we'd better find out.
I thought you wanted to leave.
Things changed.
this scene right here basically summarizes what Bond discovers on his own through investigations. It's not completely accurate, but it's a good enough retelling to explain what's going on. So push that button, and then, if it will let me, take a picture. That's not a picture. I meant to hit this button. And then go back.
What are you doing here? This is a restricted area.
Ow! I definitely hit the right stick. Oh, whatever. The Moonraker guards, of course, look, you know, in their proper fucking weird-ass outfit. I don't even know what the hell this shit is, but it looks bonkers, McClonkers. So, that's good. It helps.
No! No!
I'm going to vent the room and neutralize the gas.
Why were you behind me, staring at the back of my head?
Okay, it should be safe to go in there now. We should get a sample of that toxin.
So what happens is, while Bond is snooping around, he ends up finding a lab. Actually, let me take a small look, 'cause I did find quite a few things. Yeah, see, investigating. It's weird, because I swear, you know, never found it before, but all of a sudden I'm finding shit like Here, Die Another Day. He finds it investigating. He's messing around with stuff, and then the scientists accidentally do it because Bond put a vial in a wrong spot, so they bumped into it not knowing it was there. Then they die, but Bond notices that the plant and animal life are totally fine. Bond has a sample with him already, sends it to Q for analysis, and then when he tries to bring MI6 to go take a look, but when they get there, like, nothing's there. I'm waiting for her to talk. I know there's a flash drive in here. That's it. I believe that's it. Yeah, they go, and then there's nothing there, and then he's like, well, here, have Q analyze this. And, yeah. Like, Bond is technically off assignment, but MI6 is having him work without other people's knowledge, kind of deal. Because they're like, you should get rid of 007. And he's like, well, I gotta do what they say. So, what do you plan on doing next? You know, knowing full well to trust James and shit like that. James is a very rule-breaky boy.
Oh, I hate this part, 'cause I don't know what the fuck they want me to interact with. It says investigate. You think it would be this thing? Like, I don't understand, and I had this issue not long ago. Oh, wait, maybe it's...
Right, now I remember. This. You think it'd just be pick it up, but it's not.
James, we've got company.
No. I think he's
Hey,
What's up?
We need to alert control and secure the area.
Cool, that knocks them out. And we have our guns back. Take a minute to reload anything that needs to be reloaded. I want to go in here. There should be another thing in here too. That, a little bit hard to spot. Now I learned a super cool secret. So, grenade launcher. We're going to give it a go. Now the secret I learned is, if we take, firstly I learned how to use the grenade launcher in general. I thought it was just, you see those grenades too at the top? I thought that was how you did it. What you do is you hit left on the D-pad and then you activate it, shooting. But here's where it gets better. If you come here, and then if we take it off, and then put it back on, it refuels it. That's the only way I know how to get ammo for that. So that I think is really cool, and I want to play around with it and take advantage of it. I never understood how to use it before, which was why we never really put priority on it. Could you move your bitch ass? That was the other thing I wanted to talk about. Her hair. She has super short hair and stuff at the beginning. It won't let me do it anymore for whatever reason. It won't let me interact with anything anymore.
Here, let me read the room and go back in. I don't know why it's glitching out. But later in the film, she has, you know, Pussy Galore style haircut where it's like down to her shoulders. So I'm not sure why they went with this haircut for her, but I guess they figured it was easier. Whatever, we're just... glitchy piece of shit. I can't even switch my weapons. Oh my god, I broke the game. I can't interact with the door, I can't switch the grenades, I can't switch anything. Alright, well I give up before I lock myself in here. We'll just have to spend it later. I don't know what the hell's wrong.
It won't even let me aim. I can't shoot. Well, damn, we gotta restart. Okay, let us try this again. Put that on. Do I really want that? I guess. No, we don't. Because we're gonna change that up. Now we can actually play with our guns. Turn you on, turn you on. We're gonna get the... Oh, we have it? What the hell happened? I know what happened. I guess it's the same thing with the, what do you call it? Because I couldn't find any of the stuff I picked up, so I guess restarting from the last checkpoint doesn't change that. Once you have it, you have it. We'll go ahead and take this for when we can't get the laser sight, and... kind of want to put a little bit of... I think this one was pretty good. Laser pointer. I guess since that's basically the same thing, we could technically grab that one too. I don't think there's anything else in particular we'd need. Huh. Okay, well, let us... because that one's pretty good. Won't let me do anything there. We want the magazine just so we can have something. I guess we'll put that on there too. Got the grenade launcher. So that's what this thingy is. It's really good here on the actual assault rifle. Kind of not so much on the SMG, but it's an improvement. It's just not as large. Well, whatever. I don't know why it glitched out like that, but it did. But it's okay now.
We've got to get topside to report this.
No, there isn't time. We've got to find out exactly what Drax is up to and stop it.
Well, here, let's just... okay, or do that. I'm gonna shoot... oh, yeah. Oh, that was an accident. Hit the actual shoot button, not the grenade button. But I want to play with it and let the physics go to town. Preferably when there's a group of them, but also kind of taking advantage of it while I have it. I don't know, I just really like the idea that it actively reloads it. More importantly, how to fucking use it, because I didn't know that before and I never really utilized it. I purchased it before, I just never had the chance to utilize it before. I can't really get an opportunity with her.
I'll go first and secure the area.
Doing shit. Now, it's funny is James says that, and then she runs in anyway. I don't know why that get the other guy, but yeah, I just wanted to take advantage of those grenades, even though apparently you couldn't fucking affect that guy. And again, I don't really care. Like, you can use them as sparingly as you want. I'm not going to, because I don't really think of it as a big deal. I mean, I'd care maybe if I could actually have ammo or whatever, but since it's like a 3 and done, I feel obligated to use them, so this way next time we hit one of those checkpoints, we can actually utilize it. But, yeah.
If not years.
See, it's crazy, because we don't even have much to, like, go over as far as Moonraker, though. Because a lot of it's just simplified. It's just people are trying to kill Bond. Bond goes places and investigates. People try to kill Bond, rinse and repeat. Probably the scariest thing about the entire film was like the first girl that tried to help him ended up having Drax's sick fucking dogs on her. So he's like, yeah, you're fired. Leave. So she starts walking, and then he sends the dogs out to her. I'm like, good God. That has got to be a terrible way to die. Like, stop and think about that for a minute. The last minute, she gets tackled to the ground, and they start, you know, ripping her apart and shit. Like, that's brutal. Look at your dog and ask him, dear dog, would you rip out my jugular? Because the answer very well could be yes. I need to push this button. It's your typical shooter cliche.
Take up defensive positions.
I was looking at the notes for a sec. I didn't get to finish. Let's see, I saw that I haven't missed anything yet, but I wanted to see what the next most important thing was. I don't want to use this. Problem is, I thought this was the rifle for a minute. What's up? Take defensive positions. The only good side is they hired one guy to record 5 lines, and then they spread it across the entire game. So it's not like they paid him very much, because they didn't have much different voice acting work going on. Also, I couldn't find anything on why Halle Berry wasn't in this game. There was literally no reason for it. But it did say Halle Berry wants her character to show up as a cameo in another film. I'm like, that... like, if that's the case, then, like, you'd think she wouldn't have any sort of negative feelings about it. So, like, you know, what's that about? But yeah, in other words, it looks like, according to my notes, we've covered everything. The only other things, I guess I can go a little bit further. I know I put the text on screen. Oh, this is going to be that stealth segment. Alright, she got to talk for a minute.